Hi, this is Giles Obrecht, and welcome to my Talking Guitar podcast featuring tape 4 of my Marathon 1980 interview with Eddie Van Halen. If you haven't already heard them, check out parts 1, 2, and 3, which are posted on YouTube. Tape 4 features Eddie Van Halen at his most reflective. There are some very revealing and heartwarming sections. This is especially true when Eddie speaks in depth about his love and appreciation for his mom and dad and his older brother Alex. In another highly revealing section, he delves into the inner workings of the band Van Halen and vents his frustration with the pressures of having to come up with all of Van Halen's music. As Eddie puts it, I'm the spark plug of the engine. Nobody comes up with anything but me. As you listen to this interview, you'll notice there are two abrupt transitions. The first one occurred when Eddie and I were talking about songwriting, and he reached over and turned off my tape recorder to say a few things off the record. The second one occurs when halfway through when I had to pull the tape out and flip it over, and Eddie changed the subject while the tape was being turned. For you guitarists listening in, there's lots of intriguing technical details. For example, Eddie explains his tricks for keeping Strats in tune, elaborates on how he built his first guitars, delves into the pros and cons of the Floyd Rose locking tremolo, and talks about various wireless systems he's used. He also says, and this is a quote, "The best sound I ever get is at home, playing through a bandmaster cranked up to 10. In another highlight, he plays Eruption on his unplugged Frankenstrat to demonstrate how his piano playing affected his approach to guitar. During a segment when he talks about winning piano competitions, he sings a section of a Chopin sonata. And if you listen carefully, you'll also hear Eddie briefly demonstrate his ability to speak Dutch, Spanish, and French. There are lots of other insights during this fourth hour, so I hope you enjoy listening to it.
Okay, 2 years after I got rid of that Strat that the band hated, I put a double full humbucker into a 61 Strat, and it got close. They liked it. I said it's okay. And because of the extra effect, I really liked it. I could really go nuts during my solo and shit like that. And then it took me about 3 months to perfect the thing of making it stay in tune.
Mm-hmm.
I tried everything, you know.
Yeah.
Finally, I figured out it has this and that, and it's a combination of 5 different things and how you play.
Yeah.
Sometimes you hit it, and the B string and the G string will go sharp, and you'll have to go like that real quick to pop them back before you can hit a bar chord.
Uh-huh.
You know. So then I ran into Charvel, and they said, I heard about them that they made exact duplicates of any Fender guitar, but out of nicer wood.
Yeah.
So I went down there and I said, sell me a body, but route it out for just one pickup and one volume knob. And that's when I built that first one.
Yeah.
And the second one. And then they started going, hey, that's a cool idea. Because the first one I built, I cut out my own pick guard to cover everything up, the holes, because it was an original three pickup Strat body. So I cut out a pick guard so it didn't look like that. But then the second year, I said, hey, why don't you rear load it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it looks like the yellow and black one, which has no pick guard at all, just one volume knob and a pickup.
Nice and simple.
And that's, where I'm at right now still.
Do you have the sound you want now?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Depending on the arena we're playing in, depending on my mood, depending on a lot of things. I'll tell you, the best sound I ever get is when I'm sitting home alone playing to that little bandmaster.
Really?
Cranked on 10.
No kidding.
Yeah. But basically, I enjoy working on guitars. But I think the next guitar I'm going to have, what I'd like to get built, which is going to be difficult and probably cost a lot of money, is okay. I was playing 335 for a while in the band before we got signed, and the band, it sounded fine, but they go, "Come on, you look like Roy Orbison." You know? No, really. Here's a little skinny punk kid playing a Ted Nugent act, you know. And he told me, "Hey, come on, man, you're rock and roll. You ain't Roy Orbison. You either get some dark glasses or get rid of the guitar." So I dumped that, you know, and then started playing a Paul again. This was before I developed the Strat thing. And so what I'd really like now to have built is like a quarter scale down, 335.
3/4 size, 335.
Yeah, or maybe half size, whatever.
Maybe more to fit your body.
To fit my body.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, maybe not quite as hollow. You know, like the old 335s had a solid beam all the way back.
That's it.
The new ones don't.
Oh, they don't?
The new ones, underneath the pickups, there's no wood.
I didn't know that.
They changed the design. I don't know why. The original ones were better.
Yeah.
So what I'd want is a whole piece down and maybe a little extra wood in there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still like a real semi-hollow.
Yeah.
To add a little bit of tone. Because the new one I have now lacks a little bit of tone. It's too acoustically toned.
Yeah.
You know, it's too hollow.
You ever hear of a guy named Jimmy D'Acquisto?
Never.
He's a real good luthier. He took over D'Angelico. He's still D'Angelico's successor. He's making guitars like that. It's supposed to sound really good. But this would be
but also, you know, with a tremolo.
Yeah.
And my paint job, you know, my trip.
Whoa, that'd be a hot looking guitar.
But a guitar, kind of like Brian May's.
Mm-hmm.
His fits him.
Yeah.
It's also semi-acoustic.
Yeah.
But it's not. It doesn't look like a Roy Orbison model.
Yeah.
You know? That's kind of what the next guitar that I'm gonna have custom made. My first official custom made guitar that I'll specify what I want and have them build it as opposed to doing it myself.
Yeah. Have you ever had any Strat bodies made to size?
Yeah, that new one.
The new one?
I had it made thicker.
Yeah.
I told him I want it 2.5 inches thick, and he goes, "You're nuts." I go, "Why?" He's going, "Les Paul's body's only 1 3/4 inch." I go, "That's exactly why I want it an inch thicker." You know?
Yeah.
And he didn't, so he made it 2 inches instead of 2.5.
You know, Ellsworth told me a couple days ago that he and Floyd Rose have signed an agreement and they'll be putting out guitars together.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's good for both
good products.
Yeah. The only reason I don't like that is because now every kid's gonna go wang, 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 wang.
Yeah.
Because after Blackmore, I think I'm the first one to kind of bring it back.
Yeah.
You know.
With any amount of skill.
And see, and I've done it all on record without a Floyd Rose gimmick.
Yeah.
You know, live I use it.
Yeah.
You know, but it adds such a disadvantage too.
In that it's a brighter tone? Or
for one, the brighter tone. Number two, you pop a string and you can't even one note your way through because the whole guitar goes out of whack.
Oh, if you break a string.
Yeah. And also, the fact that you can't tune while you're playing.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes I'll tune real quick, hit a chord, you know, if it's out. With this, you can't. You have to unclamp it.
Mm-hmm.
And riser, the next shift, just a cunt hair.
Yeah.
You know, and then you can't tune it.
Yep.
No way. And also, like I was getting back before about the guitar, you know, not being theoretically built right.
Mm-hmm.
For certain songs, like you talk about Love, I'd have to retune the G and the B string.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a hassle.
Yeah.
Doing that, but it has its advantages. Whereas when you are using that bar, it will not go out of tune.
Mm-hmm.
So I like it, but I don't. That's why I use both.
Maybe you ought to try making it in another kind of metal.
Yeah, I was gonna ask him if he would, just for me or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of metal though.
Yeah, it seems like some kind of...
Something that's warmer sounding, tonier. Yeah. Some kind of metal that resonates, you know?
Yeah.
Instead of this brittle machine shop cast iron shit, whatever it is.
You're right.
You know?
That'd be interesting. What about wireless trans? Or do you have any acoustic guitars yet?
Yeah, I have one. The one I used on Spanish Flies and Ovation.
You know the model?
I really don't.
Does it have a white top or a blue?
A what?
What color is the face of the guitar?
Just wood.
Oh, it's
blonde.
wood. Okay.
It's round back. It's not that real expensive new model.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me about your wireless. What kind?
Okay, the acoustic guitar is a nylon string.
Uh-huh.
It's a flamenco guitar. It's not a steel string.
Uh-huh.
I've never owned a steel string. I don't like country western.
Come on.
I don't. I can't stand it. That's gonna be the worst. Okay, my wireless transmitters. The first one I bought was Schaefer Vega, which is Ken Schaefer in conjunction with Vega. They harped me to death to use it. At first I tried it, I bought it, it didn't work. It worked, but my theory of anything is crank it all the way up. They have an adjustment on the back of the receiver that you can control the volume, the output. And I said, what the fuck, I want it all the way up. And it wouldn't. It started getting, what do you call it, harmonic feedback?
Oh,
Where you
yeah.
tap on an amp, it goes ding, 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 ding,
Yeah.
you know, like that. And so I sent it back when this thing is a piece of shit. And they're going, well, you're not using it right. I'm going, what do you mean? And okay, it took me a long time to get that system working right with my system.
Yeah.
Because at the time, my amps were so powerful that that thing would just be overdriven and wouldn't work. You know, it was too much power.
Yeah.
So then what I did, after I stopped using my old Marshall on tour, I got weaker amps. So I could use that. Because that would overdrive it. And if you have it too hot of an amp, it'll just freak out. You know, you get the weirdest fucking feedback noise you've ever heard in your life. And then the nasty cordless, they're both I own both. Okay, I bought the Schaefer Vega, which is tuned into a fixed frequency. Like if Rick Derringer was playing last night and I brought mine along, I could play with him without him knowing. Seriously. It works on FM radio waves, and it's a fixed frequency. Now, I guess one of the advantages of nasty cordless is it has you can dial in the frequency, just like a stereo. Everything from you know, 88 to 108. And so I bought the the nasty cordless before Japan because John Nady, who owns Nasty Cordless, calls and goes, hey man, you play Japan, the other transmitter, the Schaefer Vega, is not going to work. Because he said Earth, Wind, and Fire went over there and they said they just could not use them, it wouldn't work. Because Japan, I guess, has heavy radio signals everywhere.
Yeah.
Like we played the Budokan and neither one would work.
Oh, no.
I ended up using a cord. You know, so John Nady was full of shit. He's going, this'll work, it'll work. And John Nady's is weaker.
The nasty?
Yeah. Schaefer has a built-in compressor in the transmitter, which is kind of cool,
Yeah.
depending on what amp you're using it with. Like with old Marshalls, it's too much. With new Marshalls, it's cool. It's just enough. It's like I'm always reaching at my knob, trying to get 11 out of it instead of 10.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I always do that. And with the nasty, I'm reaching for 14.
Yeah.
You know, it's weaker, so I use an equalizer to boost it. But it is actually a cleaner sounding system. It's truer cordless.
Do you usually use the wireless?
Yeah, I always do.
Always do.
Because I bounce around unbelievably a lot more than when you saw us in Oakland.
Yeah.
Like,
I saw you at San Jose too.
yeah, that was the beginning of the tour.
I don't remember when that was.
Like when we
that
played
was
the
after.
Forum, man, I'd kick up, I'd knock over my amps, I'd do all kinds of crazy shit.
Do you still like leap off the amps during Ice Cream Man?
That's a drum riser.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that what it is?
yeah. But now what I do, where's a wall? I do a jump kick. I go like that.
Oh yeah.
And kick my stacks in the Forum, and I figure what the hell, last show I knocked them all over. 80 Marshall speakers all over the floor. But it's great, man. It's fun. It's you know, our whole show is so athletic. You know, I mean, look at me. Everybody thinks I'm a skinny kid, but I got muscle
Yeah.
just from working out on stage. You know, I'm not an anemic Jimmy Page or Joe Perry. I meet some of these guys, and they look ill.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, my face might look
They got
tired.
handshakes like it did.
But yeah, you know. You want to arm wrestle? I bet you I'll beat you.
Probably would. I hate to beat you and blow your story, man.
No, that's cool. You can say it's a draw.
You going on another tour pretty soon?
We're gonna start full rehearsal. See, what we do is we go in for 2 weeks into just a small room at SIR maybe, or maybe just our basement, just physical training. You know, it's like getting ready for a boxing match.
Yeah.
I mean, real heavy duty, jumping around, going through the set.
You play and all that?
We play, yeah, without PA, just instruments.
Yeah.
You know, just for the physical workout. And then we'll do that for 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks later, we'll rent the big place with the full show call. We got a brand new system. It's called the Pyramid System.
No, what's that?
It's a brand new flying PA, which it consists of boxes that all look like telephone booths.
Uh-huh.
And even though you hang it, you can hear it in the front row.
All right.
Yeah, it's a brand new system. The Bee Gees used it on their last tour.
I read about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're using that, and we're using show lights, which is an English lighting company, and we're using approximately 850 lamps, as opposed to the big Gaza about Queen's 500.
Yeah.
So this is going to be the lighting system of the year, definitely, and it's theatrical lighting.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gimmicks.
How many guys does it take to run the lights?
The board itself. Okay, we're gonna have 2 boards now, and Pete, he's like a genius. He's great. Pete Angelus. He, you know, he runs them both. And we have a crew of 22 people.
It's a lot of guys. How many buses do you take?
3, and we have four 45-foot semis.
It's a lot of equipment.
Well, we're betting a whole lot again, you know.
Yeah.
We're betting ourselves like we always have. Like I said before, I think I was telling you that Foreigner had to cut down from 4 trucks to 2.
Yeah.
Because they weren't selling. You know? That ain't gonna happen to us, man. We're gonna do whatever we can to take that show out.
You taking another world
And
vacation?
I'll sell my fucking guitars to do that.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, man. It is a vacation.
Yeah.
It's a way of life, man.
What's it like?
It's living out of a suitcase, being in a different town every night, getting a squeeze here and there, seeing the world, experiencing different cultures, Japan, France, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Germany, fuck, it's traveling. I've always wanted to travel and make music.
Yeah. Do you ever miss like nice peaceful days by yourself?
Yeah, oh no, we have that sometimes.
Yeah.
See, okay, like if we play in Paris and we party out too late that night, I'll sleep and pass on the sightseeing.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I'll pass on the party and take a day and go out and trip around.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's time for whatever you want to do if you want to do it.
Yeah.
You know, you'll have an afternoon now and then, but we play 5 nights a week,
Yeah.
which is a lot. I mean, I read Circus Magazine, you know, or Aerosmith is going on their gargantuan 6-week tour.
18 days.
Yeah, you know, we go out for fucking 10 months.
You
Don't see home.
You and Cheap Trick, man.
Yeah, Cheap Trick too.
You guys are always on the road.
Well, but you know, it's not for the sake of just going out there. That's how we sell the record.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not a fog act.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like, oh, we can see him anytime.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we pick choice spots. We don't play LA more than once or twice a year. You know, but what the thing is we play everywhere. We play bumfuck Iowa, where no other major band will touch. You know.
What's the range of places you play in, of seating wise?
This last tour, everyone was screaming for us to play the 10,000 seaters, and our theory for the whole thing was we'll play 2 nights in a 5,000 seater instead of 1 in a 10,000 seater.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's more intimate. The crowd, it's closer for the crowd, and on top of that, it's a main event. 2 packed, standing room only, sold out shows, instead of playing 1 12,000 seater and having a couple thousand empty seats.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, and also it's a building process. Like we sold out the Forum in an hour and a half. And the promoter was screaming, "You got to do another date." We go, "No. If we could have easily sold out 2 shows, but why?"
It's money in the bank next time.
That's the way they look at it. Fuck the money.
Yeah.
You know, we're looking at a lifetime career, man, like the Stones. You know, we're not out there for the quick buck. Look at Ted Nugent, Aerosmith. They burned themselves out by playing all those stadium shows. They overexposed themselves.
Yeah.
They just grabbed the bucks and went for it. You know, I don't give a fuck about the money that much. We need it to continue. But I can survive living with, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Musician soup if I have to. But you know, we put it all into the music and the production, and we continue to do it to be the biggest. I mean, basically, we're not a circus. We're true personality. Look at all the greats: Elvis, The Who, the Stones. They have no gimmicks. They're personalities, and that's what we are too, or that's what we strive for.
Yeah.
You know, people up there. Look at Elvis. He had no gimmicks.
Yeah.
He was a personality. You know, and it was kind of a scary thing where here's all these bands doing a glitter trip and the smoke bombs and everything else, and with us it was a gamble. Should we go that way or should we just bet on ourselves? Because it's a lot easier to say, if someone sees us, you know, when we have a gimmick and they go, oh, the flamethrower didn't work, and try something else. But you lay your personality on the line, they don't like you.
Yeah.
Then you're gone.
Yeah.
You know, so far we've done the personality way, and it's worked.
Yeah.
And that's how a band lasts, to me. It's being real.
Yeah.
It's not bullshitting the people, you know. Not being a circus. We are not a circus.
Yeah.
You know.
That shows in your albums too.
Well, it's our whole attitude. It's the way we feel.
Yeah.
It's like we're there to party with the people. We're not there to show off. We're not there to show them anything. We're not out to prove anything. You know, we are out to prove that we're the baddest because we feel that. Or, you know, I'm not saying we're better than everyone, but you got to have that attitude of, you know.
Your music has something to say.
You know, we got an aggressive attitude towards everything. And that's why a lot of people hate us and a lot of people like us, business-wise, you know.
Yeah.
Because we come off too strong sometimes saying we want picture approval, we want this, we want that. They go, who are you? Fuck you. But then later on, when they need it, pictures of us to sell their magazine, then all of a sudden they go, okay. You know. We basically manage ourselves in conjunction with Noel Monk. He's, it's you know, like the White House. We all sit around. Nothing gets decided unless there's 3 out of the 5 vote.
The 5th being Noel?
Yeah, he's part of the band. But usually, you know, us 4 decide and tell him what to do, and he, you know, carries the ball and runs with it.
Now, are the songs written by Van Halen? Is that how you credit them?
Well,
That attitude.
you know, that's just totally off the record.
Yeah, it will be.
Sometimes it depresses me a bit because I'll be sitting in a hotel room all by myself, racking my brain, you know, at 6 in the morning and having to get up at 7 to catch a plane, try and come up with something for the next album. And then at the end of the year, they go, Eddie, what do you got? You know.
Then would you just give a tape like to Dave and he'd come up
No,
with
I'll just play everything for him. But it's always comes from me. I'm the spark plug in the engine.
Yeah.
It's never like, Mike, what do you got? You know, nobody comes up with anything but me. So it is kind of a burden, but it's a challenge at the same time. Like we were discussing, what can we do on our next record to make it a little different? So I said, well, we were in Detroit, Michigan, and I said, I'm going to buy myself a Wurlitzer. You know, I started pounding on that. Just on the back of the bus while we were cruising in the middle of the night, you know, I wrote In the Cradle Will Rock. You know, it's just that nobody else does it. I'm the one that does it, so I guess I have to. because I know that without me doing that, there would be nothing. There would be no. I mean, the lyrics come from the music.
So the music's
And the music comes from me. So,
yeah.
you know. And not at all sound egoed out because we all piece it together.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, Al, my brother's great at arranging.
Oh, I understand what you're saying.
You know, it's a group thing, but without me, it wouldn't be. But then again, without Dave's vocals, it wouldn't be. And without Al's harping me and inspiring me, I wouldn't be.
Yeah.
And without Mike singing and bass playing, it wouldn't be, you know.
Do you guys always travel together?
Yeah.
In the same bus?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
It's family. It really is. It's a true family.
Well, who's the oldest guy?
My brother.
Who's the youngest?
I am. I'm 23. I'll be 23. Dave and Mike 24. My brother's 25.
Yeah. That's pretty hip, man.
I don't really see what age has that much to do with it because I've been playing guitar for 12 years.
Not in this line.
You know, I've been playing guitar for 12 years.
Yeah.
And just because I'm happening now instead of 5 years from now, what's the difference?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I really think it's stupid when people say, "Oh, he's 30, he's over the hill. How can he play rock and roll?" I think it's bullshit.
Yeah.
I think it's mainly because they burn out on drugs.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what kills the best, man.
Yeah.
It seems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there ain't no reason. I mean, I do think it's true that between the ages of 10 and 20, you learn easier.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a real creative time too,
Yeah.
because you're changing so hard.
Right. There's a lot of things going through your head, and if you apply it to something, you know.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people. I mean, that stage of life, you got a lot of, you know, you're going through puberty, whatever, you know, you got a lot of things in your mind. But if you can generate that into one thing, you're way ahead than if you pick it up when you're 20.
Yeah.
You know.
Have you ever, maybe you picked up the guitar at the right time in your life then?
Yeah.
Right about then?
Yeah.
Did what you know in piano affect how you approach the guitar, you think? Could you apply any of it?
Things like this. Things like this aren't classical.
Uh-huh.
I know that had something to do with piano.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, how's it go?
Yeah, because that almost sounds like music I used to hear in a Catholic church when I was a kid.
And even this sounds semi-classical.
Yeah.
You know, some things, I'm sure psychologically they come out, but I don't actually sit down at a piano and try and apply it to guitar.
Yeah. Are there any other instruments you'd like to learn to play?
Oh, I used to play violin.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Would you ever think about picking up another one?
No.
No? You were talking about guys being burned out or over the hill in their 30s and stuff. Have you ever thought about what you want to be doing later on? In 10, 20 years from now, or what you'd like to be?
Same thing we're doing now. I picture ourselves as being in other Stones or The Who.
Yeah?
That's what I want.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, you know. Maybe someone else's band will get eared out and quit or something, but
Yeah.
I'd love Van Halen to be forever.
Yeah.
And if not, I know I can always make it playing guitar
Yeah.
somewhere. Because I'm getting hit up left and right now. Will you play on my record? Will you do this? Will you do that? And I go, no, Van Halen is my family. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not going to wash your dishes. I'll wash dishes for Van Halen alone.
Yeah.
You know?
You guys have weathered it well, man. If you can get through what you've been through, I don't know.
I'll tell you, man, the hardest part was before we got signed.
Sticking together?
Yeah. No, not sticking together, but just all the shit we went through. We actually got fired from a club because I played too psychedelic. You know? And shit like that. Or the kind of people we draw. We draw average people. Jeans and t-shirts, beer drinking kids.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Some of these clubs, you know, they John Travolta crowd. You know, no way they fucking hire us.
Yeah. So they're all behind you now.
Well, they know they were wrong with me, that's for sure. Whether they like us or not, they know they lost out.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we could have packed them, all them fucking places, except they just didn't want our crowd in there. So in other words, they thought themselves above the normal average kid.
Yeah.
Because we draw average kids who like to get crazy and get laid and drink beer.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of crowd we draw, and that's not the crowd they wanted in their club. So in other words, they wanted the sophisticated crowd.
That's kind of the message of your music too.
Yes.
The lyrically.
Yes. We're street kids, man.
Eternally
We're more.
youth.
I think we're more punk than any punk band around. Just because we wear flashy clothes, man. The only reason we do that is so they know where to look. I'm serious. Because no matter what I'm wearing, I'm gonna jump around and act the same, play the same. You know. I mean, to wear clothes for the fact of wearing something flashy is bullshit. You know.
Yeah.
I could walk out there. Oh, we left Japan, first world tour. Our next show was a day after, heavy jet lag, and we get to Dallas, Texas World Music Festival, and our equipment wasn't there. We played in front of 80,000 people. We borrowed. I said, "Hey, can I borrow your scarf? Can I borrow your belt? Can I borrow your shirt?" Anyone. Nobody would let me use an amp. Out of all the bands there, nobody would let me use an amp. So I went to the fucking sleazy music store and borrowed, or actually had to buy it. I had to put a deposit, enough money down, so if it was scratched, I'd have to buy it. You know, I bought one Marshall Brown cabinet with a Music Man top in front of 80,000 people.
Jesus Christ.
And still stole the show. And that proves that the personality is what does it, not your fucking show or not your gimmicks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even though we do have extravagant lighting, but at the same time, it's still the same theory of it focuses on us. It's not like, oh wow, look at that light up there. You know, look at the laser.
Yeah.
It's not at all like that. You know, it's very theatrical. It accents what we are doing, just so they can see what we were doing. If the lights weren't there, we'd be doing the same thing, only they couldn't see it as good.
Yeah.
You know.
When you play a show, is it planned out? Do you know what song you're gonna do after what song?
We follow a format, yeah, basically.
Do you mix it up?
Yeah, depending on how bored we get. You know.
Yeah. Do you ever play more than one show a night?
Not since we've been signed, no. We used to before, you know, we'd play a college show in the afternoon and a club at night. I think our record was 30 shows a day. I mean, 30 shows continuously every day. And 2 of those days were double shows. That was our record. 31 days of shows, and 2 of those 31 days were double shows.
Okay, you know, when you're on stage maybe an hour, hour and a half sometimes.
Hour and 40. Yeah. And all I meant was I learned from them all, but I don't play like them.
Yeah.
You know? Fucking assholes, man. They piss me off.
I dig my gig. I take it real seriously.
They don't. They're fan rags, and all they need is any kind of fucking bullshit to stretch out to make the magazine sell. You guys don't need that.
No.
Because you're a professional magazine.
Yeah.
You know, you appeal to a professional crowd. Like kids who buy 16 magazine ain't about to buy a guitar player.
No.
Unless they think I'm cute, you know.
Unless they see their pal on the cover.
Right.
That's why Kiss is so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Oh. This is going to be a hot story, man. I can tell already.
Yeah, I'm glad. You know, I want to give you something that you can.
I look at this as the best story I've done so far. The biggest one. But I think it's because I'm partial to your playing.
What?
It's
Into my
because I
playing?
like your playing. I'm into your playing. Yeah. And I know other people will hit you up along the way, and I'll probably get it first.
I understand.
People will hit you up for the info later on, but I'll get it first. We'll get it first.
Oh, you mean the information I'm giving you?
Yeah, yeah. That kind of stuff.
I haven't told anyone that.
Ever?
No.
That's too much, man. Just because there's so many guys want to know.
I know. That's why I've never told anyone, because they're tricks.
Then like
They're tricks that took me a long time to work out. I'm not just about to fucking here you go.
it's weird to like.
You know what I used to do? We used to play the whiskey. I used to do my solo and do this part. Face backwards. You know why?
You want anybody to learn?
Not the kids, but Angel. You know the band Angel?
Yeah.
They used to come in, you know.
Uh-huh.
You know what they actually tried to do? I was a fool. I was an ignorant kid, excited with our first album. I had a rough mix, and I know Mickey Jones and Barry Brandt and all those guys, you know. And they said, hey, we just got a rough mix of our new album too. So we went up to Barry's house, played ours, played theirs. Ours sounded hot, and theirs was, you know, typical Angel, which I can't stand. And they heard you really got me. And all of a sudden I saw them all look at each other like, you know what I heard a week later? They tried to go in the studio to cut it as a single and release it before our album came out.
No shit.
I see? What a gullible fucking punk kid I am. I mean, I trusted the guys. I thought they were friends.
Yeah.
Now, man, last time I saw them, I said, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know? Seriously. I can get pissed if I want to.
Yeah.
I hate people that fuck me. I hate people that come off nice and then fuck me. I can't stand people who lie.
Yeah.
Because I'm no good at it.
Yeah.
I can't. Whenever I lie, I get caught. Seriously.
One gives it away.
I'm just no good at it. That's why I'm no good at doing radio interviews, real quick ones, live on the air and being excited. Hey, how's it going?
I'm from
'Cause
Holland.
I'm no good at bullshitting, shooting the shit. Dave
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
He can talk to you for an hour and you won't get no substance.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
It might sound good while you're
But he'll
listening.
have you excited.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wow, what a trip, you know? It's like he's reading you a comic book or something. No, but he does know what he's talking about, you know.
He'd be the guy to go on the Tonight Show.
Oh, exactly. That's what I said a year ago. When Dave gets old, he's gonna be the next Johnny Carson. I swear to God. I swear to fucking God. He can talk about an hour about nothing. Hey, look at that plant. He can talk about that plant for an hour and make it interesting. But then when you walk out, what was that? I mean, that's his art, man.
Yeah.
Dave's art is his mouth.
That's funny.
Have you ever seen my brother's drums?
Just from the audience.
You ought to check out some pictures.
Quite
I mean,
a
what my
setup.
brother's done for drums. I
Hey,
mean,
we're gonna start putting out a drum magazine.
God damn.
I'll do a story on
Gotta
your
do
brother.
a story on
I'd
my
be
brother.
glad to, man.
Would you please?
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Because he's a hot player.
he's fucking hot. He plays with his mind, man.
Yeah.
He never practices.
Really?
He plays like Ginger Baker, kinda, only more powerful, and not what's the word I'm looking for? Predictable. Totally unpredictable. You know?
Yeah, he used to call it end of the world drums.
Yeah. You know, that's just a hype trip.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
I understand.
But I'm telling you, man, I've never in my life played with another drummer. I tried a couple times and I just couldn't.
Are they too regimented for you?
They don't think when they play. They just lay down a beat.
Mm-hmm.
See, and that's kind of a drag on record is because Ted tells Al to lay back. Don't play so complicated. He even tells me that,
Yeah.
you know. But Al, that motherfucker can cook and do the weirdest stuff. And the things he's done to his drums. His first drum set was a silver sparkle Ludwig set that he
Oh, I remember those.
he put 4 bass drums together with leather straps. Okay, that was first year.
Uh-huh.
With gas masks and fire extinguishers hanging all over the place. I mean, it looked like a piece of art.
Yeah.
I'm serious, man. If there's ever a fucking...
That sounds pretty hot.
If there's ever a musician's...
Museum.
museum, man. That was the first kit. This next year, he had an all stainless steel kit with 4 bass drums welded together with giant chrome boat headers coming out of the side and clear octabands all
Oh,
around.
nice.
And he had numbers stamped on them. You know.
Different numbers?
Yeah. Drum 1, 7, 19, you know. Kind of like what Townsend does on his guitar,
Yeah,
number
yeah.
3. It looks fucking hot. And wait till you see this next one. I don't know how he gets these ideas. No window.
Yeah.
I do not fucking know how he gets these ideas, man. He did this himself. I mean, he builds everything himself, too. He buys empty shells from Ludwig. You know, bare shells, wood. He recovered them all white himself. And then he got this air conditioning tubing, accordion-like tubing, and put it on one side, and then the other drum connected it.
No kidding.
So it's 4 bass drums, but they're connected with that tubing. And you can move them. I mean, you can sit there and you can point one that way, you can point one that way, and they sound fucking great.
Too much.
I mean, the shit he does with drums, man.
Was your father an innovator with musical stuff? I know he played on the radio, but was he?
He was one of the baddest fucking clarinet players of the time,
Really?
concert-wise. He graduated from Conservatory of Music in Amsterdam. He had a first-seat clarinetist waiting for him in Concertgebouw, Concertgebouw. You know that song by the rock show, Concertgebouw.
Yeah.
That Concertgebouw is the big philharmonic orchestra place in Amsterdam.
No kidding.
And he had an offer because he was hot. It was fucking great. You know, for that seat. And it was my mom's bright idea to move to the land of opportunity to see our fucking relatives. And then he ended up washing dishes.
Your father?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, I love my parents, man. That's why, you know, on his birthday last year, we retired and bought him a 22-foot boat and, you know, fucking try and make my peeps happy before they kick the bucket.
Were they supportive of your music career all along?
My father, yes, but my mother, no. Because that's the reason my mom wanted us over here and out of Holland, is because she was afraid we'd get into music.
What'd she think of it now?
She doesn't think it'll last. She thinks it's a shaky thing, but she's proud.
Was she aware?
She's a very remember, can you think back in high school days when you had the Soch crowd and the kids would cut school and smoke cigarettes behind the school? My dad is the person who would cut school and smoke cigarettes, and my mom would be the cheerleader. Complete opposites. The conservative and the fuck up. My dad, if you sat here and talked to him, man, he'd make you roll over and laugh. I mean, he's just like me now. He's 16 years old. His whole life has been music. You know, that's all he knows. And then we come here and he's washing dishes. You know, he used to fucking have to walk 6 miles, you know, early in the morning to a hospital to wash dishes.
You couldn't get working music out here?
No. He joined the musicians union. He couldn't speak the language. I said, "Who you jerk?" You know. It's just musicians union is bullshit. It really is. It's nothing. They don't get you no gig.
No, they just get your money.
Yeah. And my dad, man, he was so fucking hot. Unbelievably. And he's got the tone, man. You know?
Did he ever record?
Yeah. You know, on the old 78 records. Like my uncle back in Holland has a couple of orchestra things.
Oh, that'd be hot.
Yeah. Classical.
Have you ever played Holland since the band got big?
Yeah, twice.
What was it like?
Great. We're fucking like international superstars, heroes, national heroes.
I can imagine.
There's not that many people there.
Yeah.
Like our first album just went gold there, which is phenomenal already.
Yeah.
You know, because
and there aren't that many people to buy.
Yeah, there's not that many people. And I speak the language fluently. Ik kan alles zeggen wat je wil. Ik kan een hele interview met je doen in Hollands als je wil.
What the fuck's that?
I said I can say anything you want. I can do a whole interview in Dutch with you if you want. And me and Al did like a videotape talk show, you know, in Holland.
In Dutch?
Yeah.
That's hot. Did you run across any kids you grew up with over there?
No, I don't remember any of them.
Yeah. Yeah, you left pretty young. Right?
Yeah. I was 8. I told everybody I was 10. I mean, I lie a little bit just because the
your artist right, man.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that me and Al are European, half and half bit adds a little something.
Yeah.
Instead of just a Southern California band, you know, we're European and Americans together. You know, so it's more of a universal thing, more appealing around the world than just an LA hard rock band.
Yeah.
But it is true, you know.
You sound damned American, more American than I do in your speech.
Yeah. Maar ik kan ook Hollands spreken. When I go to Holland, they can't tell that I have an accent.
Yeah.
I don't have an American Dutch accent.
Yeah, you have a straight West Coast accent.
I have both.
Mm-hmm.
I sound like an American. When I speak Dutch, I sound like a complete Dutch.
Do you know any other languages?
Donde está la biblioteca?
The library?
Where is the library? I know a couple of words in French. Enculé means fuck you.
Honky day?
Enculé. Or je veux baiser avec toi. That means I want to fuck you. I want to go to bed with you.
That's pretty funny.
No, my father, man, was a top-notch musician. Top-notch.
Do they ever go to your, oh yeah, they must go to your shows in LA.
Yeah. My dad cries when he sees us play. Because he loves it.
Oh, great.
You know, he's so happy.
I can imagine. He's probably living.
It's like his life come true. Like his dream come true.
And what better way than have your kids do? Are there other kids in your family?
No, just me now. I mean, it really is like his dream come true.
Mm-hmm.
That the family music tradition is continuing. And it's also his name.
Yeah.
You know?
A name will live.
You know, he sits and cries and goes, if my father was only around to see this. You know?
That must make you feel 10
You know,
tall.
around Christmas time, you know, when everyone gets family and digs back the old pictures, you know.
Oh, you must feel.
We got an old film clipping of when me and Al left, you know, walking onto the boat. You know, we were fun kids.
Oh,
funny as hell.
no.
And we got another film of my grandfather, my dad's father, who looks exactly like my dad.
Uh-huh.
And every time my dad sees it, you know, he cries his eyes out because he's dead.
Yeah.
And he wishes, like, fuck, if he could only see what my kid's done for the name, you know. I mean, that's real sentimental shit, but, you know,
fuck,
I'm human,
man.
everyone's
That's
human.
important.
You know, I mean, a lot of people are afraid to admit things like that.
No.
Like when I grew up in school, everybody, oh, fuck my dad, they're assholes. Not
Yeah.
me.
Not me neither.
I was always the weirdo.
Yeah.
I say, hey, I love my parents. I'll do anything for them. They fucking busted their ass for me.
Yeah, I'm the
You
same.
know.
I feel the same way.
I mean, you know, you're wimpy if you associate with your parents. Back in high
Isn't
school,
it?
junior high school, you know.
Yeah. It's really hip too when you find out your parents, like your father, will say something about your music to somebody.
Yeah.
Like
My dad's proud as fuck.
My
He
dad.
parades around going, my son's Eddie Van Halen. You know.
My dad told me one time he went in the bookstore and he picked up a guitar player and showed the cashier girl that his son wrote the story in it.
Uh-huh.
And or he showed him my picture. I couldn't believe it. I felt about this big when I heard that he said that. Because I always wanted to win. I always wanted to do something he'd be proud of.
Exactly.
You
I've
know?
always wanted my parents' appreciation of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I wanted to make them proud of me.
Yeah.
And what my mom, see, my dad always wanted us in music.
Yeah.
So we started out at piano when I was 6 years old. Al was 8.
Mm-hmm.
I won trophies. I had a Russian teacher when we came here. I practiced one song. I forget what it was called. Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah.
Chopin.
Yeah, yeah. One of the marches?
No, it's a piano sonata.
Ah.
You know, it's a real hot concert. You know, just one piano, grand piano type of thing. And they sit you in a room in your category, depending on how many years you played and your age.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd have 3 songs to pick from. So I picked one, you know, the first year. And they put you in a small room with a grand piano. And they have 5 judges just sitting there really quiet. I'm nervous and fucking have to go to the bathroom and piss every 5 seconds because I'm so nervous. And I'm sitting up there, you know, they have a billboard after everyone's played. It says who's the runners up or, you know, who's possible winners. And my name was up there. So then in the big auditorium was a big grandstand where the winners are sitting, or the possible
Contestants,
winners
yeah.
and the audience out there. And I'm sitting there dinging off, and going, fuck, I ain't gonna win. And all of a sudden the guy calls my name, and he goes, and for this category, the title of the song I forget, he goes, Edward Van Halen. I'm just sitting there. Everyone's looking around. Who is he? Where is he? I'm going, what? And then, you know, I just totally forgot. I just sat there. I was just waiting, just dinging off. I wasn't even there. You know? I was just thinking, fuck, I ain't gonna win. And then all of a sudden, at the very end, they said again, there must be an Eddie Van Halen here. You played today. And then I heard it. Some chick next to me went, isn't that you? And I go, oh yeah, fuck. And I walked down. I got it on film. My dad's out front with a Super 8, you know, filming. And I used to walk like Leave It to Beaver.
You know, like this.
And I was a little kid with a crew cut, you know. And you see me, you know, I almost tripped down the stairs. I'm going, you know, like that in front of fucking 2,000 people. And I walk up to the guy. I'm like, hey, sorry, fuck me. I didn't hear what you said. He's going, who's your teacher? What's the teacher's name? They want to announce the teacher, too. I go, Stas Kovitis. He's a Russian dude.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going, what? You know, through the mic, all these people out there. You know, and I said, just give me the mic. And I said, Stas Kovitis. Spotlight hit him, they stood up, everyone clapped, you know.
How nice.
And then I had to play. A grand fucking piano in a goddamn auditorium with 2,000 people out there. I was nervous to death. But I kicked ass.
How old were you?
13?
Is that the old Russian teacher you used to have?
Yeah.
Could you write his name down?
Yeah. That's
Far out. Is he back in Holland?
he's the guy we had here.
Ah,
I think he just died.
that's all right.
Stas. Can you read that?
Yeah. K-A-V?
He's a Lithuanian, Russian,
Yeah.
white Russian, not a communist, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And I won first prize 3 years in a row, which, I mean, it blew me away, you know.
You rack
It's
up
just-
the prizes left and
I
right.
know, but it's just like this, you know, I'm a fucking punk kid.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah.
I mean, I never thought I'd... It's like dreams coming true. I'm serious, man. It's not like Guitar Player magazine. It wasn't like, I want to win.
You probably didn't even think about it,
I
did you?
didn't, I swear to God.
I
You know,
remember I came up to you and I told you that your name was in the poll.
and I
It was
couldn't
on your
believe
first tour, and you
Yeah.
could, yeah, I got it on tape. You couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
And then you won, man.
You know what
That's
happened?
right.
Near the end of the year, I started thinking, yeah, don't they usually have a poll not this time of year? And I didn't think at all about myself. I
Yeah.
wanted to vote for Alan Holdsworth.
Shit.
And all of a sudden, I wake up one morning, it's a telegram. You just won, you know, my mom was reading it, and I thought it was last year's telegram
Mhm.
for Best New Talent. I just look at it real quick, and I go, nah, that's last year's. That couldn't have won this year. I go, what? And Al goes, no, wait a minute, it says Best Rock Guitarist. I'm going, whoa!
Yeah, man, you smoked too. You had a landslide.
I couldn't believe it.
I know.
Just like those piano things that I won. I won 3 years in a row, first prize, won trophies. And then when I started getting into guitar, I lost a bit of interest in the
Yeah.
piano, and I won second prize the fourth year.
Yeah.
And then I gave it up. I gave up the lessons,
Mhm.
you know, because I started, you know, really started getting into guitar.
Yeah.
I gotta go pick up some film from the Foreigner show last night.
Okay. Are you going to be our bookkeeper? Accountant. Accountant. All right. When I won second prize,
Mhm.
and I'd practice. See, the one thing is, I've always had good ears and
Mhm.
a good memory. Like, I never really, I know how to read for piano, but
Mhm.
not like my brother. My brother can open up anything and just whip it off right away.
Okay.
Oh yeah, my brother's fucking genius. Or on the verge.
Mhm.
I mean, he graduated from school as a gifted student, without even going to school. You know, just because he wasn't interested.
Yeah.
He would cut school. He wouldn't go to school at all. When he'd only walk in for the tests. do the test, get an A. You know, I remember fucking getting a letter home from the, the principal. Alex Van Halen, your son is a gifted student. Eligible for a scholarship.
No kidding.
Yeah, he's real smart. I mean, fuck, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you seriously, without Al, I would not be what I am. I wouldn't be as good.
He just motivate you?
In some way, maybe even in a psychic way or something. But just because I know how good he is, it's like all the way through school, I was always in Al's shadow.
Yeah.
He was always, like, I'd walk into a class, like I took scoring and arranging. I did arrangements for 17-piece band. Sonata went da 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 da.
Yeah. The big band jazz type
Yeah.
thing?
And I freaked them out, man. I kicked ass on this one. Here's all these guys doing it strictly by the book.
Uh-huh.
And here I am, there's the 17-piece band sitting there, all old guys. And I started out the thing, I'm conducting, I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead of starting the song, I had them all clap their hands. I mean, that's swing,
Yeah.
feel. All these other guys, it was just, they had the right notes and it was a good arrangement, but it just lacked that. I swear I actually did a rock version,
That's it.
And like in that class, Fisher was the teacher, real good dude. He'd always go, yep, true old Van Halen tradition, because my brother kicked ass in that. I mean, he did a fugue, oboe and whatever
nice.
other instruments, and he did a song called Spanish Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
He did a beautiful string arrangement of that. And but like back in high school, Al was always a fuck up, but he was smart.
Yeah, I know the type.
So I'd either walk in and have the same teacher, and they'd go, "Oh, another Van Halen, huh?" And they'd watch me real close, or they'd go, "Oh, let's see if you're as smart as the other Van Halen."
All right.
Two ways, two
Yeah.
different ways. It's either like they looked at me like a fuck up's brother,
Mhm.
or a genius's brother, and see if I can keep up.
I can see.
So no, really, Al is a lot smarter than I am, and I always had to work harder to get decent grades than he had to.
Mm-hmm.
This concludes tape 4 of the Eddie Van Halen interview from 1980. If you'd like to show your appreciation and help support these online podcasts, please hit the donate button. Portions of the conversation you've just heard were originally published in the April 1980 issue of Guitar Player magazine. Before signing off, I want to thank my engineer and producer, Nick Hunt, for improving the sound of this 43-year-old tape. I also want to express my gratitude to Niels Lozauer for his kind permission to include the sections where he's speaking. This podcast is copyright 2023 by Giles Obrick, all rights reserved. Stay tuned for tape 5, which features Eddie playing and humming several unreleased songs.